shift into turbo. Sup, you guys? ASD Classified here, a grown-ass man that loves Power Rangers, and today I'm here to talk about the 5th season of Power Rangers. Power Rangers Turbo, go, go. Power Rangers Turbo, dim, 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 dim. Now, Turbo has had a bad reputation in the fandom over the years. For years, it was known as the season that almost killed the franchise, and it's not on many people's favorite season lists. There are many reasons for this. The first half of the season sucks. The movie that leads into the season sucks, and it did horribly at the box office. Power Rangers Turbo made so many changes with the series, and people are uneasy about change, even if it is the only constant in the universe.
That's about to change, for change is the only constant in the universe.
The Rangers we 90s kids grew up with, gone after the first half of the season. Tommy, Rocky, Adam, Tanya, Kat, gone. Your favorite mentor and robot assistant, gone after the premiere. One of the Rangers was replaced by a child, little Justin, and the audience didn't react that well to that back in the day. Our favorite side characters, Bulk and Skull, were turned into chimps for half of the season, and that joke got old really fast. The Rangers, for no real reason, traded in their amazing Zeozords for a bunch of Hot Wheels. No, they really tried to sell us on these cars, and it's ridiculous. They told us that a bunch of cars coming together would make the most powerful Megazord in the universe. It's like, Power Rangers, you're pushing it, you're pushing it.
The vehicle I have this time is called Desert Thunder, and it's a van.
Our cars are really cool, man. They can go anywhere, up rocks, in water, snow, land.
The Zeo Ultrazord apparently cannot compare to the might of the Turbo Megazord. Stop it. I will say that I loved how Tommy, Adam, Kat, and Tanya looked in the season. They were all grown up. Yes, all OG Rangers are now grown. They officially graduated high school and they're living their best lives. I really do wish we got to see their lives more as adults. The show didn't touch on that as much as I wish they would have. We did see them take on summer jobs, and Kat was dealing with some adult problems. I think in one episode she was dealing with body image issues. So they did a little bit. I just wish they had done more. Maybe they could have done more if they didn't get rid of them, but whatever. Well, how do I feel about Turbo? Well, despite its reputation, I like Turbo overall. There have been way worse seasons than Turbo. And I have to give praise to Hilary Shepard's Divatox. Nobody can play their role like her. Divatox, an amazing villain, a very funny villain. I love her to death.
Porto! When I order you to build me an evil Zord, I expect it to be perfect! Like me.
Now, Carol Hoyt also played Divatox for a brief time in the series as well, and her Divatox was just fine. However, it's kind of more traditional villain, like what you would think of as a villain, whereas Hilary Shepard's Divatox, it takes it in a more unique level. Like, I just really prefer her take. But both Divatox were fine.
Porto, make me another this time, make it strong!
Right away.
Power Rangers Turbo improved tremendously once we get a new team of Rangers and once the new head writer takes over, Chip Lynn. Yes, while I always have love for Tommy and the gang, when TJ and the others showed up, the season got better, baby. TJ, Cassie, Ashley, and Carlos, this was their season. So overall, I do love Power Rangers Turbo, and like I have done with the first 4 seasons, I'm also going to talk about what I believe to be the most iconic moment of Power Rangers Turbo. There are a lot of contenders for the most iconic moment in Power Rangers Turbo. I feel like I have to give Kim and Jason some credit when they were in the Turbo movie. When Kim and Jason were turned evil, baby, that is iconic. I'm sorry. Kim and Jason just played evil so well. Oh yeah, and sweetie, pink is out. Now I'm the one with the muscles and the power. I'm sorry. It's just awesome. What did the kids say today? It's aura. Like, they had aura like no other evil Rangers. I just love that moment. The Millennium Message is also a good contender. That's when the Blue Centaurian traveled to our timeline to warn the Rangers about what's going to happen in the future. Pretty much he showed them a message that all the evil villains of that time, you know, Divatox, Lord Zed, and Rita the Machine Empire, they're all going to team up and take over the universe and divide its wealth between themselves. Like, I love this. I'm sorry, I just love this. The idea of all those villains teaming up and conquering the entire universe, like, I love this. Foreshadowing, countdown to destruction. amazing. We have the iconic moment in Passing of the Torch where TJ, Ashley, Cassie, and Carlos officially join the team and become the new Power Rangers. New Rangers to the rescue. There's also when General Havoc showed up on the show. General Havoc is Divatox's brother. He showed up. He is one of the best villains in Power Rangers, and he was only around for a short period of time. Like, I love him. Gotta give him his props. I gotta mention the time where the Rangers were baked into a giant pizza. That is probably the most well-known moment in all of Power Rangers Turbo for how outlandish it is. And also TJ telling a monster he's gonna toss his salad. Boy, what's wrong with you? What's going on? But you know, the most iconic moment of Power Rangers Turbo is the finale of Turbo. The entire finale is the most iconic moment of Power Rangers Turbo. Editor's note, I realize I really want to narrow it down. The entire finale of Turbo being the most iconic moment, that feels like a little much. So I'm going to narrow it down a bit. The most iconic moment of Power Rangers Turbo is the battle for the power chamber, or the destruction of the power chamber. The Rangers really gave it their all. They fought like hell to protect the power chamber, and they lost, and Divatox blew it up. And that was the end of the power chamber. Like, that is how the Power Rangers base had looked for 5 seasons. That is a moment in time. They destroyed that base, and that was it. It didn't repair itself like in Power Rangers Zeo. It was just gone. So that's what I'm picking. The most iconic moment, battle for the power chamber, or the destruction of the power chamber. There. A lot of fans say that Power Rangers Turbo had the first real finale out of any Power Rangers season, and I kind of agree. Kind of, because compared to the Power Rangers Turbo finale, the other finales that came before it, they feel like regular episodes of Power Rangers. The Turbo finale takes it to another level. Chase into Space Part 1 and 2 is the finale of Power Rangers Turbo, and every Power Ranger finale that came afterwards has tried to emulate it in some way, because this finale really sets the standard going forward. This finale feels like the Rangers might actually fucking die, like the stakes had never been raised this much. From Divatox summoning Golgor, the most destructive monster in the universe, to battle the Rangers, and he destroyed both their Megazords, the Turbo Megazord and the Rescue Megazords, which were named the most powerful Megazords in the universe. Golgor just shows up and destroys them easily, and it's a really good Zord fight, but he beats their Zords pretty easily. The Rangers shouldn't have even beat Golgor. They beat him on some bullshit, honestly. The Rangers detonated their weapon, the Turbo Ram, and they sent it into Golgor through his mouth, and they blew up the monster from the inside. Yeah, that shouldn't have worked. But it did. But after that, things only got worse. We had Zordon, who's on planet Eltar right now. Like, he left us on Earth to be on his home planet of Eltar. And Eltar is being attacked by some evil force, right? And he needs help. He's calling for help, you know, to the Turbo Rangers. And Demetra, their mentor currently, is like, no, Rangers, y'all can't leave the Earth. Divatox will take over it if you leave. I'm going to go with the Blue Centaurian. And it's like, Demetra, I didn't know you could fight, girl, but she's going out there to help, okay? She went to Eltar with Blue Centaurian, and we never see her again, so I guess she fucking died. But before Demetra left, she gave the Rangers one of the best speeches in Power Rangers. Like, full stop. You know, after Demetra stopped talking in questions, I really started to fuck with her. If ever you bow your heads, raise them high again, for you are the Power Rangers. May the power protect you. I know that's right. Then after Demetra and the Blue Centaurian leave, Divatox attacks the Rangers' power chamber, their base. She attacks their base with her entire army of foot soldiers, the Piranatrons. And baby, what a battle. What a battle. I love everything about this, baby. The fact that the Rangers, like, it's a huge ass army. It's just 5 of us, and we don't have any Zords anymore. We don't have any allies here. Well, I don't know where the Phantom Ranger is, but whatever. We don't have any allies. It's just us. And I think at one point, Alpha 6 was like, Rangers, let me teleport y'all out of here. I can get y'all to safety. And TJ stopped him and said, Alpha, we staying with you. Like, let me tell you something. Like, stuff like that really just moves me. The Rangers ain't fucking abandoning Alpha 6. Are you kidding me? That's like family to them. What? So I just love it. So the Rangers, they went out and fought the Piranatrons, got their asses whooped, ran back into their base and trying to hide in there, because the villains normally can't get into their base. You know, they have heat shields and whatever, but the Piranatrons, it's not going to take them long, because it's a huge ass army. It's not going to take them long to bust down that shield and break in there, which they eventually did, and the Rangers fought their hardest, but the villains placed like bombs all over the power chamber and blew it up with the Rangers inside. I love it. And the Rangers lost their powers at that point. They're pretty much defeated. There's nobody left to stand in Divatox's way. She has conquered the entire Earth. But before she actually can conquer the Earth, something shows up to speak with her. That something being the messenger from the Sumerian planet, and he calls for Divatox and our whole army to come to the Sumerian planet to celebrate Zordon being captured. Divatox didn't give a shit about that at first. But when the messenger said that Dark Spectre would not be happy, pretty much letting Divatox know that Dark Spectre is the one that's calling the shots here, she gets very afraid and she takes her entire army to go to the Sumerian planet. I just love all of this. This is the first time we ever learned or heard the name Dark Spectre, who is the Grand Monarch of Evil. Somebody who is so powerful that Divatox, the current Queen of Evil, is scared of him. Love it. So yes, this Turbo finale is one of the best episodes in Power Rangers ever. It is one of the best finales ever. Okay, the Rangers were thoroughly defeated, and even being defeated and powerless, they still wanted to fight against Divatox, and they hopped into a spaceship and they followed Divatox, trying to go to the Sumerian planet. Well, all of them except Justin. Justin stayed behind because he's a kid and he wanted to stay with his dad. But TJ, Cassie, Ashley, Carlos, they all went to go face Divatox without powers to be continued Power Rangers in space. So yeah, do you agree with me, or do you think something else is the most iconic moment? Let me know in a comment if you'd be so kind. Alright guys, later, Ja Mata.
If ever you bow your heads, raise them high again, for you are the Power Rangers.